Hi everyone and welcome to the Notoriously Morbid YouTube channel. My name is Orphia and in today's video I want to show you how I created this look based upon the female vocalist of Mushroomhead in their The Heresy music video. And this look is something that I found super cool to create, so I'm excited to take you on my journey with me. Now please do keep in mind that I do a little bit less explaining in this video because this for me also was the first time recreating this look. Nonetheless, I hope you enjoy it. So hi and welcome to the before part of this makeup look. I have been watching a lot of music videos lately by Mushroomhead and I was heavily inspired by the makeup that was done in a few of the videos by the female vocalist. So in today's video I want to attempt my version of her makeup look and show you how I do it. Now this particular video is going to be the full transformation and I'm not going to be talking a lot in this video. Now there are a few videos that will be coming up on the channel that will be related to this video and they are going to be in-depth tutorials on how I do specific techniques. So I will be showing you how I use any eyeshadow that you have in order to create a eyeliner. I will also be showing you how to use specific eyeshadows as lipsticks, and finally I will also show you how to create the blacked out neck with using Notoriously Morbid products. So those videos will be up separately on the channel. This video is the transformation video where I will be going through every single step that I take, but I will be talking a little bit less than I usually do since this is not a tutorial but more so a get ready with me. Now because in this video she's actually wearing a jewel thing on her forehead, you will see my forehead for the first time in a very long time. I'm lucky that my fringe is actually getting longer so I can pin it to the side, and afterwards I will be wearing a hoodie so it will be covered up anyways. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my spooky hand hair clips and get my hair out of the way so I can just focus on doing my makeup. Now because I have seen the behind the scenes of the Heresy music video, I know that the female vocalist actually starts out by basing her face out in white makeup. Now I will not be using white makeup, I will be using my usual foundation, which is a very pale shade, and I will also be using my concealer to pale it out a little bit more underneath my eyes, and then we'll see how it works out. So I'm going to start with that. I know I usually don't start with the base, but since that's the way how she does it for the music video, that's also the way I'm going to do it today. So as you can see, my natural foundation shade is almost white. Since I temporarily don't have a under eye makeup sponge, I will just be using the edge of this one and use that to apply concealer underneath my eyes. And I'm not sure how well or terribly this is gonna work, but we'll see. And now I am going to set everything using the end setting powder. And I know the vocalist is actually a blonde. I'm going to make my eyebrows black the way I usually do because I feel like otherwise it would just look very strange on me. But know that the girl in the video actually has blonde eyebrows and hers are done like perfectly. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have as perfect eyebrows as she does, but I'm going to use a eyebrow brush and Bloody Awful Poet. So now we are going to do the eye makeup, and one thing that I have seen in the pictures is that it looks very nude and very neutral with just a tiny hint of darkness. So one of the things I want to do is use Shadow Bind and one of my eyeshadows to create an eyeliner to go underneath the eye because I don't have the exact shade that she uses. Then I'm taking a eyeliner brush and I will just be applying this color underneath my eyes as an eyeliner. And this is the shade 13 Hours of Pain. As you can see, this is a fairly neutral shade, but for this look, it is what I need. Next step for this look is I'm going to be applying the same eyeshadow on top of my lid. This one is called 13 Hours of Pain. And I'm just really softly blending it out, but not going too far. This is already a bit too far, so I will have to go back in with a little bit of foundation afterwards. But this is almost the same shade that she has on in the video clip. And I will just be correcting a little bit using foundation. There we go. And if we look closely at her look, we can see that the eyelid is actually this shade and that it blends out a little bit into black, and underneath the eye is just a little bit of this color as well. So I think we're pretty spot on so far. The only thing I will have to correct afterwards is the inner eye corner because it is a lot paler on her. But first I'm going to take a clean eyeshadow brush and apply the tiniest bit of black and just start blending it. So you want to tap off any product you can and just really gently start tapping it onto the eyelid, and make sure you don't use too much because we don't want to create a black smoky eye. We just want some black to create that darkness. And the one thing that I did notice is that the inner eye is actually accentuated with black a little bit as well, but the rest is pretty pale. So I'm going to be using So Goes My Nation to just apply some little bit of that pale eyeshadow. I'm just using a soft fluffy brush for this. And then I see that she has a little bit of black here in the inner eye corner just to accentuate how deep her eyes are. So I'm just going to take my black here a tiny bit and accentuate that inner eye corner. And I know the eyes seem a lot more impressive on camera, but that is mainly because she has a black and a white eye. So I know once I will be applying my lenses at the very end of this video that it will make a huge change. Now I can also tell from the picture that she's not wearing false lashes, so right now I'm just going to tightline my eyes with some black eyeliner pencil and then apply some mascara. There's 3 steps left to do this makeup part of the look, the lines and dots on her face. Also the contouring still has to be done, and finally the lip look. So what I'm going to do now is actually start contouring. And I actually know that she used black eyeshadow to contour her face, but I feel it's a little bit too harsh for me to start out with black. So I am going to start with Necromancy and my fluffy brush, and then afterwards I will be adding a little bit of black to it where needed. So I did this first step of contour using Necromancy, but I feel like if we want to really go for the look she's wearing in the video, we need black. So I'm going to use one of the Notoriously Morbid fluffy makeup brushes, apply a little bit of Bloody Awful Poet at a time and start contouring. And because we actually want to do something with her forehead as well, we want to contour here the kind of dips of your face. You also want to contour a little bit around your hairline, then of course follow this shape, so the dip in your cheeks, and then also go around the edges. Now we are going to black out the neck as well, but that is for a separate video. So take your black, and this is going to be very harsh. So you really want to make sure that you blend this out. See, the difference between this side and this side is already very big. And if you mess up, don't be afraid to take your sponge and just clean it off. So right now I have contoured this side of my face and you can really tell the difference. Now that we have contoured our face, it is time for the lips, and she actually has black lips with a white streak in the middle, and that streak continues into a black streak. So the first thing we want to do is just apply our black liquid lipstick. There we go. So this is the line completely done with the white eyeshadow. And this eyeliner brush was cleaned after using it to apply the eyeliner shade underneath my eyes, and now I'm going to be using it to actually create the lines on my face. Now I know that the lines here on her nose and on her forehead are created using eyeshadow and not eyeliner, but I think that the line here on her chin is actually created using eyeliner. So we're going to start with the two lines here, and then we will finish with the line here, because for this line I will actually be using eyeliner. So for the first lines, and you have to have a steady hand when you do this. So I'm actually leaning onto my desk with my elbow so that I have a straight hand, and I will also be using my nose as kind of a steady point. And it sounds a lot easier than it is, especially if you have your line and you have to go over it a few times. That's the stressful part, because you can mess this up easily, so be careful. Use your pinky finger on your nose as kind of a guidance, as a steady point. I also keep my elbow on my desk, so this is easier for me. There we go. So that's the first line done, and I'm also going to do the second one and the two dots. Now most of the time for dots I don't actually use eyeshadow, I use glue on rhinestones because I find it a lot easier to get dots that way. I'm not sure if she used a dotting tool or something else for this look, I can't tell, so I'm just gonna attempt to do this with eyeshadow. Now we are going to be using eyeliners to actually create the line underneath her lips, and it's actually a straight line going from where the white part goes straight to her chin. And this is the way that I do that. And this was not on purpose, this was an accident. So you actually take a brush with a little bit of black makeup on it or another shade of makeup, and you just put it where you need it to be. And this is actually pretty difficult with eye hearing. And you just simply drag it along. So this is a line already created. And if you have your guideline like me and you can see it is not straight, then this is a lot easier to get rid of than it would be if you would have already used eyeliner. So what I do right now is I take a little bit of makeup onto my sponge. And I go over it and simply erase it. And then I use some setting powder to even everything out. And then we go to another attempt. And that looks a lot more straight to me. And then I will use my eyeliners to finish this line. And since I have a lip piercing, this is not as easy as it will be for someone who doesn't have a lip piercing. Someone without a lip piercing can actually just straighten out their lip and draw the line. I have to do it in a few parts. So this is the makeup part. Then I will put in my contact lenses, one white one, one black one, and I will be right back with you. And this is what a completed look looks like. So I actually blacked out my hand and fingers a lot more, and I only did it on one hand. This one is just dirty. So I can still hold my camera and my phone, etc. with this hand. I don't want to be completely unfunctional. So this hand I also blacked out. I actually applied a hood. I did this really gorgeous head jewelry piece by Ayami Designs. And of course I applied the lenses, and I think the lenses are what really makes this look stand out, because beforehand, although it looked really cool, I feel like the lenses just make the biggest difference. So this is the finished look without the hood. I actually love the way this looks and love the way it came out. It actually looks a lot like the makeup in the music video, so that's what I was aiming for, and I would actually love to do this a lot more often. So if you have any music videos in which you absolutely love the makeup, feel free to let me know in a comment and I will see what I can do to try and recreate them. Again, this makeup look was inspired by the female singer of Mushroomhead in the Heresy video clip, and a few others in which she wears almost exactly the same makeup. And I absolutely love these types of spooky yet creative looks, but please keep in mind that the lenses make the biggest difference, and Notoriously Morbid also sells these lenses. So if you're interested into getting colored contacts, feel free to have a look at the Notoriously Morbid website as well. All of the products, as per usual, are listed in the description box down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to the Notoriously Morbid YouTube channel for more videos like this. And there are 3 separate videos that will be coming out that are related to this video. The first one is how to create eyeliners from eyeshadows. The second one is how to use eyeshadows on your lips, and more specifically how you know which ones to use and the different effects you can create it. And the third one is how to create a blackout neck using eyeshadows. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll stick around for the next ones. Again, if you have any comments, concerns, questions about this look, feel free to ask below. I know this was not as much of a tutorial as I usually make, but it is because I was figuring this look out as I went as well. So thank you again so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye!